Oh, hey guys. I didn't know you were here. Thank you for coming by. This song really makes me feel like I'm in a 90s disco, trying to look cool. I don't have the right glasses for that, but I'll do my best. I don't give a fuck. Use your abilities often. I've been in too many games where people miss using their abilities, especially on legends like Bloodhound, like Fuse. Guys, the cooldown is short for a reason. Caustic, lay down those barrels, man. I know they nerfed the damage, but it's gonna do exactly 0 damage if you don't use it. Cracked Octane. Knocked Octane. Good job. Be smart about your looting. I'm sure that a lot of you think they're smart about their looting, but I know you make mistakes. I know because even after playing for over 1000 hours, I still make mistakes about looting. What is good looting? Well, first things first, you need to have a good understanding of what you need to have in your inventory at all times. You always need to have some heals like syringes or med packs. You also need to have some shields. You should have batteries. You should have cells. Like most pro players agree that you need at least 12 cells. Don't overstock on ammo. I'm pretty bad about doing that myself. I really hate when I don't get to loot too much and I run out of ammo in one of the late rings. But it's definitely a mistake to devote too much inventory space to ammo. One of the main attractions of running a shotgun next to your SMG or your AR is to actually have enough space so that your ammo doesn't take your whole inventory space. Be smart about looting. Be sure to have a balanced inventory that reflects on one side your need to shoot people and on the other your need to heal and survive fights. I'll go from here. Down one. Woo! GG! Try different weapons. I cannot tell you enough how much this has helped me improve as a player. I'm not even asking you to run like a Mozambique and P2020 setup, so it's extra hard for you. I'm just saying, try out different combinations. Like, for me, the best combination is an AR and a shotgun, but this can change in the future. Respawn adjusts the values for each weapon's damage, rounds per minute, etc. every season. Like even more often with every update. So, the way to deal with that is to experiment. Try different weapons. Maybe your skill level changes after you play a few months, and guns that seemed impossible to handle before are actually better for you now. As your skill grows, you will be able to handle recoil better and better. So, you'll likely switch over to weapons that are harder to use but offer a more competitive amount of damage per shot, like the Mastiff, the Flatline, etc. Goddamn. Don't forget to use your melee. This is one of the things that is a bit controversial. I know, a lot of players don't really appreciate the melee and think it's for noobs, but in those clutch situations where you're fighting Mastiff versus Mastiff or R99 versus Volt in a close range, if one guy decides to go for a reload and the other manages to land 1 or 2 hits, you just straight up win. Like, if you look at my older videos, there's a situation where I win with a fucking melee hit. And in the beginning, if you actually gang up on a guy with 1 or 2 of your teammates, if you're playing duos, just 2, or if you're playing trios, it's even stronger. If you gang up on a guy before he has armor, before he has a gun, he's fucking dead. That's the reality of Apex. Each hit does 30 damage, so to a person without an armor, 4 hits and they're down. Oh, she downed me. I really fucked that up. I sort of lost my orientation there. Like, when I jumped, I lost my orientation for a second. Like, I just couldn't see where she is. I don't know what happened there. Like, I don't know how she moved that way. Between the storm, the particle effects from my 2 abilities, the gravity lift up, and the ultimate, like, all these things came together, and my brain was like, where should I be looking? Learn where to drop. Guys, one of the worst things that has happened to me, both on stream and when I play alone, is a jump master who doesn't have a plan. Whoever gets the jump master gets to decide what type of match it's going to be for your team, and that's fine. If they want to do a hot drop, it's their choice. You're just there to help them out and hopefully win. But don't ever do a late hot drop. If you're going to do a hot drop, do it fast. And if you're going to do a late drop, don't drop in an area with no loot. Always pick an area where there's enough loot for you and the enemy team. This might sound weird, but even though I told you in the previous tip to use your fists, in general, you should use your guns and your armor. Don't you fucking hate it when all you have is a bunch of attachments in your inventory and you get killed by the guy who actually managed to get the Mastiff or the R99 or another good gun? That's one of the worst situations you can get into. It's an awful way to start a game, and it's usually the end of the match as well. One is down.
Enemy down. Here.
I'm healing.
I see an enemy over there.
Okay.
I missed him. It's a caustic and a fuse. Be careful.
Did you hit one? Just
No, no, no. GG's, my friend. GG. AKP. AKP. Always keep pinging. Guys, I cannot tell you this enough. You start shooting at someone, ping them. You see someone doing something, ping them. Keep pinging. The ping system is not a joke. It's one of the oldest and best ping systems in FPS games. It's not an accident that both Fortnite and Warzone stole this feature. It's extremely important to use it. when you start shooting, spend a tenth of a second to press the F in the approximate area of whoever you're shooting. This will help your allies immensely to help you win that fight or to steal your kill, which might be a bit sucky, but at least you stayed alive. Do you want to try and kill them in the beginning to chase them and kill them with fists, the predator? Let's give it a shot. Go after the predator, the red trail. Oh, they split. Perfect. They split. Let's run now. Don't just be aggressive. Be smart and aggressive. It's fine to play aggressively. This game is all about movement. Apex Legends is probably the only shooter where the attacker has the advantage and not the defender. It's fine to be aggressive. It's perfectly fine, especially if you're playing duos or trios and not ranked. It's almost always a good call to be aggressive. But do be smart. Don't forget to see what's the situation with your armor, your health, your squad's armor and health. Like, do they have a good loadout or no? Like, you can make a mental checklist of, is my armor full? Is my HP full? Do I have enough ammo for this fight? And the more ticks you have, the better equipped you are to engage in any fight. Don't engage a fight if all you have is a grenade, a Mozambique with 3 shots in it, and a positive mental attitude. It's not gonna be enough. Like, being positive is good, but it's not that fucking good. I threw an arc star inside. Okay, I got some hits.
Low.
Enemy down. Took care of that one.
I never found out who the real one was.
To the top three. Recharging my reloading.
Someone else shot me as well.
Someone's being
Let's... Ooh.
Going up.
Ah, fuck. Ah, they were so sneaky.